Hey everybody, welcome to another comic book review. In this video, I'll be talking about Volume 5 of Locke Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This volume is called Clockworks. It deals with the introduction of a new key, as most of the previous volumes have. This new key is the time shift key, which allows Tyler and Kinsey to go back in time in order to see how certain keys were made, how they were used in the past, dating all the way back to the invention of the very first key, which is the key to the black door, the Omega key. And that was made back in the Revolutionary War by Benjamin Pierce Locke. And you get to kind of see his whole backstory in the first issue. This volume is fantastic. And I never really had as much of an appreciation for it. Like the first time I read it, I remember thinking that it kind of set off the course of the story. Like it took the story off course, and it kind of took me out of the story. Now I see it for how brilliant it is, and I love this volume. You get to see a lot of the history of the keys, a lot of the stuff that's very essential to understanding the current predicament of the Locke family in modern day. And now that Bodhi now has Dodge inside him, it's interesting because you realize Dodge is getting closer to accomplishing his goals, and yet this volume is not so much about the current, it's about kind of who Dodge really is, how he became who he was, and all of Rendell Locke's friends, Rendell being the now deceased father of the Locke family. And you get to see back in the 80s the events that kind of set everything off, and how Dodge kind of became who he is, and it's brilliant, brilliant stuff. And it's cool because, like, now that certain things have been kind of altered, characters understand more about the keys, and now they're gaining some of the most important information they'll have to use in order to go up against Dodge later on, by going back into the past, seeing how the keys affected their ancestors and the friends of their father, and just some really really cool stuff is done with, like, time travel, because they can't alter it either. Tyler and Kinsey, whenever they go back in time, they can't alter anything because nobody can see them. They're just witnessing events that happened in order to use that knowledge to prevent similar things from happening again in, like, the current timeline. So genius writing in this volume. Took me a while to really appreciate it, but on this most recent reread, I love it. Rodriguez, his art is magnificent. He gets to really kind of draw a lot of the demons and things that are on the other side of the black door, and you get to kind of see that in full detail, and it's really, really cool. He also has a way of making Dodge, Lucas Caravaggio, before he became Dodge, he has a way of making him look really, really kind, and then in the next moment, he looks absolutely terrifying again. And you can totally see through his art, like the moments before he became possessed by this demon to now, whenever he is, of course, attached to whatever this demon is that's, like, controlling him. You get to kind of see the contrast, because here he just looks like a normal dude. Like, you see just like the fact that he was, like, just this nice kid, and the moment he becomes changed, you see it from, like, physical characteristics, just facial expressions alone. And you see just how things have changed purely through Rodriguez's art. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I feel like this volume is especially important, knowing what happens later on in the series in the final volume of the main run. This becomes all the more powerful. So those are my thoughts on Locke and Key Volume 5, Clockworks. Thank you as always for watching. Look forward to more videos in the future, and have a great day.